Woo! Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Game Aim Plus, where my aiming is gaming. I am your host, the boy G, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, in this video, we are gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breakers in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2 for Nintendo Switch 2. Whew. Okay. Now, yes, we've already had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection come out for Nintendo Switch. Now we're going to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2. And, alright, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breakers, alright? Now, mind you, it is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that I have never played, but I've seen so much of it, so much content, videos, gameplay, certain reviews, everything about this game. Now, to be honest, this game actually looks very interesting, and it looks like it could actually be a fun time. All right, this game, the whole 5D's Wheelie Breakers, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Meeting up with Mario Kart, but not done properly, right? So this is what I'm saying, because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Mario Kart. Putting these two together, it's like the weirdest thing ever. You would never think of something like that, but if it was actually done properly, it could be a hit. This could be really good. So I've watched tons of gameplay of this game, and it actually, I actually, it looks like a game that I would really enjoy. I like these weird kooky games that come out with these crazy ideas, right? And it's dope because you're riding on a motorcycle. You know how, have you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? You know, some of the battles take place of when they duel on a dual bike motorcycle thingy, right? You're on a motorcycle, but you're dueling at the same time, which I don't know how that's possible, because I would literally crash in the first like 10 seconds, real quick. I mean, I can't duel and drive. Like, oh, that should be like a rule. Like, no, you know how there's no drinking and driving? There should be like no dueling and driving. Like, I don't even know how that works, but it works in 5Ds. So Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds definitely made it work somehow, some way, and in this little Wheelies Breaker game. All right, because like I said, you're driving on your little motorcycle thing, and you're just cruising, right? And you're dueling at the same time, and you could do it in an actual race. You're actually racing other players. You can either play, you know, in the story mode, whatever thing, or you can play against the computers or friends or whatever, you know, and you're racing, and you can actually play cards, spell cards, trap cards, you know what I'm saying? Summon monsters, you know, they come out, and they actually come out. Like, you see the monster is out on the field now with you as you're driving, floating above you. Like, that's so dope. You know, because I love when Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, when you play your card and the monster actually comes out and you can physically see it. So I think that's dope how you can race, play these cards, duel with your deck, and you pop out a monster and it's on the field with you. You're driving now, you know what I'm saying? Anybody pass you, bam, attack. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, something happen, you mean activate a trap card. Or, you know, actually in this game, in the Wheelies Breakers, the trap cards, they actually activate automatically when something happens. So even if you don't want that trap card to activate right then and there, you want to save it for later, you can't save it for later. It's gonna get used whether you like it or not. You know, somebody attacks you, you got a trap card that activates when somebody declares an attack. If you don't want to activate it now, it doesn't matter. It's gonna activate on its own. So, you know, somebody summons a monster, trap hole, it's gonna activate because, you know, hey, it wants to, and because it can. We don't care if you want to wait for a stronger monster. But yeah, you know, on a lot of the spell cards or a lot of speed boost cards, you know, these speed boost cards that you play, it gives literally what it says. It gives you a speed boost, you know? So this game is dope. You know, and I really would love to see this game come to a Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, Early Days Collection 2. You know, I'm pretty sure, I feel like that a Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2 is gonna happen. I hope it happens, and it would be great. All right, the first collection that came out not too long ago, it was great. It's amazing. It has a lot of the cool older games, but you know, let's mix it up now. Let's bring some more of the newer games, you know, the weird kooky games, because obviously now we know the weird kooky idea games that, you know, Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh! People, whatever, they tried. They're gonna add these into the collection, like, you know, Dungeon Dice Monsters, you know, the whatever, the Destiny board traveler thing, like those weird games, like, I mean, those are gonna make it in the collection, so those aren't like excluded. You know what I'm saying? And the, you know, the capsule monster thing, the old one, that's also in the collection. You know, so those games aren't excluded. Okay, they count as Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, whether you use cards or not. They don't care. So you use cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breakers, but you gotta race. You know what I mean? That's how you duel in this game. And that's super dope. And then like what I said earlier about Yu-Gi-Oh meeting Mario Kart, you know, and it's an awesome, great idea, but it was done wrong, right? Okay, this game doesn't allow you to drift. Oh, you might know, you're probably thinking, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Who cares? It's a very big deal. Okay, especially when a racing game where you gotta pay attention to your cards, activate cards, you're dueling at the same time as you're racing, and you got all these twists and turns and corners and edges and this and all these sharp turns, and you cannot drift. I'm watching it and I'm getting very irritated and aggravated because there people you can turn, but it turns very sluggishly and slowly, right? And you're gonna hit the wall that's in front of you every single time. Okay, there's like no avoiding it. Even if you tap it, hit the wall a little bit, you got just, if you get the almost perfect turn, the perfect turn, you're still gonna hit that wall in front of you. You can't just, you know what I mean, Tokyo drift through that jaw. I don't know why that wasn't included, like drift in the game, in this game. You know, with all these buttons, you telling me you couldn't include, make one of these buttons a drift button real quick for a racing game? I don't know. So I felt like, you know, as I'm watching all this gameplay and reviews and all this stuff, I feel like the people, like, if I was playing, I'd be playing like a project version of the game, like an incomplete version, a version, the beta. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is just for you guys to test out. This isn't the full game. But hey, guess what? This thing is the full game. It's the whole enchilada, the big papa. You know what I mean? The grande size. It's the one. It's the thing. That's the game. You know what I mean? And it sucks because, you know, it's not like the new age games. If something is wrong in the game, they can upgrade it. You know, you could update the game and they'll fix all the glitchy glitches and any problems in the game. You know, maybe even add a drift button in there. So it's not gonna do that now. So I really hope, you know, if we get an Early Days 2 collection, you know, they include the wheelie breakers. I hope they fix some of these problems, because I believe they did fix a lot of the problems in the older games in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection. You know, all the old games that are in there, I believe they fixed some stuff in there. So what's to say that you can't do it now for any other games? And I'm pretty sure y'all can. You know, keep the game basically how it is, but fix some of these things that were a really big problem. All right, because this not being able to drift, it really makes it really hard to enjoy the game and to get a win properly. Like, it's really hard for you to get a win because you can't drift, and then you got these computers that are turning like they're the best drivers in the planet. So it's ridiculous. It really sucks, because they got a good idea here. I know I would enjoy a game like this where I get to drive a motorcycle and then play Yu-Gi-Oh! At the same time with monsters popping out, and then somebody coming to me, I activate a trap card and I get to hit them, and that's dope. That is dope. Okay, they got something there. Okay, now they just need to capitalize on it. Either bring this game back, fix the problems, or make a whole brand new one and do it properly this time. You know what I'm saying? Call up Nintendo, talk to the Mario Kart party of the group of the Nintendo building or whatever. You know what I mean? Find out some ideas, find out some clues, get something. Go play the Mario Kart games, and I don't know, do your research. All right, figure out how to make a racing game properly. That way you can duel to the best of your abilities, okay, as you are racing. So it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they got a story mode, and you get to take on there's a lot of good, like, tracks in this game, like really nice tracks from different places of, you know, from the anime, and they look really good. Like, they really do, you know? Like, they were really trying. You can tell these people were really trying that made this game. All right, a lot of the tracks are really good. There's a lot of sharp turns. Every character has like their own unique track too, so that's fire. I mean, you get to take on duelists like, you know, Akiza. She's one of my favorite duelists. You know, she uses like the plants and stuff like that. You duel Akiza. You do also, you know, Jack. You know, obviously like the Seto Kaiba of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's. Obviously, you also take on Yusei, you know, the main character of the game, because when you start this game, you don't start out as the main character, Yusei. You actually get to make your own character, you know, and, you know, customize the color of your, you know, whatever, your motorcycle. So you get to make your own character. I honestly didn't see the point of why. I don't know. I feel like they just did that, you know, for you to make your own character, so that way it just seemed like something cool you can do, and a lot of people like to make their own character, so that's cool. But you should just let us play as Yusei. You know what I'm saying? He's the main character, so why not? I didn't understand that. But it is what it is. I guess they want you to be your own person. But so you get to be your own person. Voila. But yeah, you still take on Yusei. I believe you take on freaking Hunter Pace. Who else? Crow's in here. Crow is the Joey of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people you get to take on in this game, and I like that. I'm happy we get to take on all the different characters that you get to see from the anime, all these different tracks, the racing with the dueling. It's all dope. It's really cool, and I like it. So, I wouldn't mind, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breakers if it came and was included in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection too. I'd be okay with that. I really want to play it, you know what I'm saying? But not enough to go to a store or go hunting for a freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breakers all over the planet, and pay some amount of money for it. I don't want to do all that. Make a collection, put it in there, I'll buy it. Bada bing, bada boom. You feel me? But yeah, I don't know. That's all. I just really wanted to talk about that, the whole Wheelie Breakers draw and Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2. And, we got the Nintendo Switch 2. And it's a great opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, Captain. Keep these collections coming. That way we can get all of these old games that we've been wanting back without having to hunt these things down and pay so much money for them. You feel me? But I don't know. That's all I pretty much have to say about that. You guys let me know. Have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breaker? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Would you like it to be in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2? Put in the comments. Let me know. Talk to your boy. And let's chitty chat. But yeah, there you go, guys. Game Aim Plus. Please subscribe. Click that little bell button. That way every time I upload a new video, it'll pop up on your phone like, you feel me, dog? You feel me? But yeah, y'all have a great morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll catch you in the next one. Booyah! Woo!